Hello, it's Phil at Digital DJ Tips with a very quick overview of Danceability by Mixed In Key. This is a private beta, so it's just a preview. It's not a proper review. That will come when they release the software, and this is an early version of the software. There's lots of stuff missing, stuff that isn't how they're going to have it in the finished version. However, I did want to give you a quick look at it because it has got some interesting things in it. So, DJ software from Mixed In Key, let's have a look. In the Prepare window, which is the first of the three windows, you get the chance to import your music, analyze your music. I've already analyzed mine. You can get it from iTunes or from your playlists. And then, crucially, you get to beat grid it. Beat gridding is where you drag your tunes onto a deck and you choose sections of the tunes that make sense to you. Now, this is the thing that's new here. You can drop the downbeat, so you can check that the downbeat has been placed in the right place by the software, which it has in this instance, but you can also say, okay, there's a section that starts here or there or there. It's up to you where the sections start, and again you can zoom in, you can listen to see whether you've got it right. So is that the right place? I don't know. You can work that out for yourself. Once you've got that in the right place for your opening beat, you move on to the next section and so on. So you get all your sections marked, but these should be meaningful to you. Intro, outro, break, and so on. And that's really important because when you get into the play window, oh, by the way, once you've beat gridded a song, you can mark it as personalized and it gets ticked down here, so you know you've had a chance to beat grid it properly. When you get into your play window, everything is automated in a way that you don't get on normal DJ software, but you do get on software like Track to DJ. People who've used Track to DJ will be very at home with this. So you have one tempo for the whole thing. There's no nudge controls. This is all beat gridded. It's all tied to grid here. It's all in sync. So I could start that tune playing there, for instance, which I've got on this deck. You can see down here all the sections that I worked out earlier are marked. And if I jump around, it's going to jump on the beat within the sections. So quite hard to go wrong with this, really. And then I can mix into the next tune. But where do I find a tune to mix into next? Again, very Track to DJ-esque. There's this thing called Dynamic Playlist here, which picks tunes in the same or a similar key or compatible key, a close by BPM and close by energy level. So you know that any mix you do around here is likely to sound okay. So this is kind of auto mixing done properly, if you like. I don't know if you've ever messed with auto mixing in DJ software, but it's normally pretty terrible. Of course, you've got all your normal controls. Although there's no gain control, I missed gain, and there's no filter, I missed filter. There's a few things missing here actually. There's no effects, there's no looping. It is early software, but the basic premise that you can jump around between sections of tunes. I could jump back here now and keep that little bit of vocal going over the top of this if I like it. That basic premise is what this software is about as far as the mixing section goes. Define your sections, use it to pick tunes in the same key or similar compatible key, BPM and energy level, and then mix them automatically by jumping around among sections that you've predefined. I'm going to stop that and move on to the final section, which is really nice, which is the export section. There's a whole section which they're giving equal importance to alongside preparation and play just for exporting, and I think that's a really smart move because here you've got all your DJ sets that you've played since you started, and it's also got the actual recordings of them. If you had the auto record function, which is in the settings here, record your sets, yes. The auto record function switched on. That means that if I go to, for instance, the set I just recorded, that set recorded there's my recording. I can save that recording off to disk and then I can do something with it. So everything you do can be recorded in here, and the track listing is attached to it. Now, it's not very difficult to see the leap being made from here to uploading this stuff straight into something like Mixcloud, because it's got all the information. It knows the tracks and it's got the recording, so it could just one-click upload to Mixcloud. That's something I'd be very surprised if Mixed In Key's developers aren't working on something like that. What a useful thing to have. It's also got this top 100 feature, which I really liked. Obviously, I've been playing with it for 3 days, so there's not much in here now, but you can look at your top 100 from the last week, the last month, and the last 6 months. So that's a quick overview of what you've got here. I think this is going to be useful for pro DJs who want something to plan mixes on or just to do quick mixes on, but also for amateurs and for music fans who've got a great collection but they don't want to mess around learning all the technical ins and outs of manual DJing. They just want to bang off really nice mixtapes or just play at parties, get rid of the gaps, that classic get rid of the gaps way of DJing. For all those people, this is awesome. It's not going to replace the way we DJ now. It's not going to be a shove-in for the DJ software that pros are currently using, because there's no external mixing, there's no DVS, there's none of that. It does work with DJ controllers. There is a MIDI controller section, and on release it is promised to work with all the main controllers. But basically, it's going for that kind of beginner to intermediate niche that just want to do some meaningful mixing, have it made easier for them, much in the same way that Traktor DJ does on the iPad, but for desktop computers, and with the added bonus of this kind of jumping around between compatible musical sections thing, which is new to this software. So there you go, quick overview. As I promised you, there's a full review of it coming where we'll really dig into the features, and we'll give some more demos later on when we get hold of version 1.0 when that comes out. But if you want to read the text that accompanies this overview, go to digitaldjtips.com. The link is below.